So, in today's episode of Adulting with Jackson, we are going to talk about how to change out a food disposal. My wife and I have known each other for 8 years. This is the third one that we've had to replace. Not pointing any fingers, these things just happen. So, what we're looking to do here is remove the unit here and over here and take out the disposal, see if we can get it unclogged and going again. And if we can, perfect. And if not, installing a new unit. So we'll see if I stick through this whole process throughout all of it, but I'm learning to always take before pictures. So we're gonna get started and see how this goes. Cheers. Now, dear viewer, although we definitely respect your intelligence, we did think there was one small thing we should mention before we started playing with the garbage disposal. What should we do, Zeke?
Turn the power off.
That's right. So keep that open. So this is a fuse box. All these control certain outlets in the house, and you can see we have one flipped over here. So be sure to do that before you do anything else with your garbage disposal or anything else that's connected to electricity. Say cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. So the first step I took was unscrewing this here. So this is now free. Now I'm gonna figure this piece out. So this next step was really easy. This is just like a spiral system here. So I just cranked it using an Allen wrench, and I have this set up here, and I just stuck that in there and turned. So that was super easy. Now I'm gonna try and clean this thing out. If it's dead, then we'll install the new one.
You're doing a video?
We're doing a video.
Our next step is to disconnect the electrical.
And where's the electrical, Zeke?
The electrical is right over here.
Over here.
Right over here.
Back up a little bit. It's tough when you have to hold the right button too. Okay, so we're gonna unscrew this and we're going to disconnect the wires and get working on the disposal unit to see if we can clean it. And take it off. Go.
This is a good thing to do
So you don't
so you don't
forget what you've.
forget what you save.
A little trick that I've picked up over the last couple of years is before you start messing with stuff,
Take a picture.
take a picture first. One take.
All right, so that is the end of our video, I think.
What? Yeah. Well, what do you want to say?
So this is basically very easy.
Spin around. Okay, so this is the same setup as the one that we were replacing. Can you see this, Zeke?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So it has the same spiral system that will connect up here. Can you see this piece?
Yes.
It has a door. I'm sure there's electrical behind here that will hook up just the way we had the other one hooked up. We have pictures if we need them to make sure that we're doing it right. One thing from my research that the last one didn't have is this here. So this is a manual crank, so you can take a, whatever Allen wrench fits in here. It's actually this one. And then turn it to manually turn it in there in case you have to bust up stuff. This other one didn't have that option in it. Alright, you can let go. This is the original one. It has a 5-year warranty. We installed this about 5.5 years ago, so that measures up pretty well. I cut all the electrical to get it out of there, so I'd have to rewire everything if I did get it cleaned out. So in reality, I'm probably not going to try and fix this one, but this is the state of what the original one is in. So we're working on the wiring here. This will be pretty straightforward.
White on white, black on black.
So we'll get that in the ground wired in. As brave as I am with this stuff, I should realize that it always takes more time than I thought it would. So I had a really hard time getting this to line up. Tried taking it out of the sink. Turned out that was like way harder than just figuring out how to get it on there. So I put the top part back on here, made this firm again, and figured out how to get the disposal hooked up here along the lip. That has by far taken the longest out of this process so far. So now I have that pipe hooked up Here we go. So that's set up there, and the last piece is I lost the ground wire in here. So now I have to cut this casing down lower so I can get back to the ground. Then I pirated this old ground wire from the last one, so we use that. Now I got to work fast because it's getting dark and I don't have any electricity in this area of the house. So we'll be back. So it turns out this thing didn't need to be cut, but I actually twisted it away. And now I don't know if you can see that, but here's the ground. Be very delicate with that one. So I attach to the green, and then we should be able to see if this worked.
Okay, Dad, Moa should hit it.
It works! We did it! And in case you were wondering about potentially what you could not put down your drain to make your garbage disposal last 7 or 8 years instead of 4 or 5, ideas would be keep the bones out. Don't put celery down there. Don't turn it on with coffee grounds or eggshells in there. Fruit pits, grease, pasta, and the way I wrecked my first garbage disposal was potato peels. So just a couple things to be mindful of. Get the most out of your garbage disposal, and if it does go south, hopefully this video will give you a little confidence that if I could figure this out, you can figure it out too. By the way, I do sell insurance: home insurance, renter's insurance, auto, life insurance, business insurance. So if you ever find yourself needing to replace your garbage disposal, you just watch this video. If you find yourself needing insurance, I can help with that too. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers.